The author of Chip War, Chris Miller, says that in the second term of Trump's administration, he will definitely put a focus on cutting taxes. So we understand that under the CHIPS Act, totally there were about 39 billion US dollars of subsidies to the semiconductor industry, but the subsidy may be used up in the future. And if Trump, well, he is about to take office soon. If he decides not to provide further subsidies, how will, say, the overall semiconductor industries be impacted, and particularly TSMC's operation in Arizona? Professor Yu.
Yeah, I think the TSMC in Arizona, their major customers are still U.S. Most advanced customers and designers. So if Trump does not provide subsidies, and then the worst case is for TSMC to raise the price to reflect the cost, because the running cost in the United States is much higher. And you know, the U.S. customers, because of time to market, they would like to pay for it, but they need to pay more, and because they cannot wait until other manufacturer that needs 3 to 5 years later to provide a sufficient capacity and also the technology manufacturing for them. So I think this is a trade-off, and Trump team may need to think about that further, because sometimes the cost refers to their own companies. Yeah.
Right. So moving on, Reuters reported that NVIDIA is expected to become the third largest customers of TSMC in the United States, just after Apple and AMD. And TSMC's Arizona plant is expected to produce NVIDIA's best-selling AI wafer, Blackwell, carrying out the manufacturing base in the United States. So with this kind of pressure from the Trump administration, do you think that TSMC will somehow, say, succumb or given to the request from the U.S. to produce the most advanced chips, not just the mature processes, but to produce the same 2-nanometer processes in the United States? Professor Yu.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Trump's team will push TSMC to move the most advanced one in the U.S. because they already have Intel 18A. However, I think that TSMC has the power to negotiate, because in terms of the yield, in terms of performance and quantity, TSMC is still the #1 and the only player so far. And the customer in the United States, they cannot wait because of the time to market. But as an observation, TSMC is a foundry. They are a partner of the United States customers. So eventually they will move the most advanced technology to the United States, because they want to serve the customer, the high-end, the most high-end customers. So it's a matter of timing and the scale. It's not that they don't want to go. If you look at the TSMC, they have so many smart and disciplined managers, and they are experienced. They know how to deal with it carefully. And if you look further, actually they are already developing the down to 1 nanometer. So they will keep on moving and keep their competitiveness. So as I think TSMC's foundry, they will serve, they will serve the customers, and especially in the United States, for example, the defense purpose or some others. This collaboration between Taiwan and the United States, right? And also for TSMC, it definitely will need to go globalization. So the only way for, I think, TSMC definitely is doing is that they move forward to more advanced technology. So it's not a matter of 2 nanometer or what. Just the timing, yeah, and also the scale.
So if I understand you correctly, Professor Yu, you think that it's just a matter of time. Maybe eventually they will still manufacture the most advanced processes in the United States. So Professor Liu, do you agree? Or what's your take on this?
Well, according to the public announcement, TSMC has agreed to produce the 2 nanometers in the US for the future. But just like Professor Yu said, well, if without subsidies, the cost, well, plus the talents or the human resources in the U.S. will go up, will shoot up compared with the made in Taiwan chips, the same kind of chips. So that will actually pose an obstacle for the NVIDIA. So they are going to go back to Taiwan to purchase the chips. And then if Trump wants to stop that, he has to subsidize NVIDIA, right? So the subsidies will go to either company.
Right.
So I think Donald Trump will think rationally about these ones because his final purpose is to keep the capacity back to the U.S. So if he can reach that, I think he will make rational choices.
So going back to the tariff issue, because we understand that although Trump has not made any announcement as to how much tariff will be put on Taiwan in terms of the semiconductor, what's your prediction or what's your, prediction regarding this area? Do you think that it's going to be like really huge tariff or, well, Taiwan is a partner, let's cooperate together? What's your view? Professor?
Well, of course, now Donald Trump has made a lot of threats. But for the future, I think, when it comes to tariffs, of course, there are many things that TSMC can do. They are a very smart company. So symbolically, they can, say that to Trump that we have a fab in Arizona, TSMC manufacturing the chips for you. So you don't have to impose tariffs on us. But they can, in the real trade, actually, they can use a mixture of chips from different areas, right? So that they can reasonably reduce or adjust the prices of all the chips. So I think that they're a smart company. They know what to do.
And they are trying to diversify, right?
Yeah, right.
What's your view on this, Professor Yu?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much, but I think Taiwan has the strength on, deal with different and flexible, deal with different situation. And if there is benefit, win-win situation to both sides, I think that would be definitely the one. I'm not sure how much they increase. You don't want to kill your manufacturer, right? So if we are serving them and provide the chips to them, they don't want to kill us, right? So there must be a trade-off and sweet spot there. And I would like to elaborate a bit about the advanced node because for 2 nanometers, like you mentioned, this is just to elaborate more. Advanced node, depending on how you define it, if they are most advanced in TSMC, maybe 1 nanometer, 1.5, 2 nanometer is continuous to the 3, right? And if you build a fab that's 3 nanometer in semiconductor, they definitely will have a capability to move to 2 nanometer. And 2 nanometer normally has a better price than 3 nanometers. So for each fab, they definitely will build at least 2 generations and more. So I think that's why I mentioned it's a timing and scale. And also depend on what's the tariff and the subsidy, right?